Every single one of you who hears this voice, know that you're loved.
You got my head spinning round. I'm out of control, just hold on. We can make this last a while, but you keep acting like a child. So we can do this one more time, then I'm not gonna do this anymore. Cry on my shoulder and make me feel like I'm the one. So go and cry on my shoulder, so you can find someone but me to hold you. Let's just say our last goodbye.
You know what's weird is, like, when I do these transitions, I turn the music down over on the software before I do it in my headphones, and it's weird because I'm looking at the bar. It's definitely smaller, but it's still loud. Anyway, welcome into the stream, everybody. Hopefully y'all are having an amazing Hump Day Wednesday. If you're on the APAC servers, well, you're currently experiencing what is known as Incursions. Hopefully that's going well for you. I know some of y'all, because there's only like 9 servers, really not many. There's only like 9 servers out there for APAC. I know you'll end up fighting some of the same people on repeat, but that doesn't make it less fun. If you enjoy it, you enjoy it. If you don't, you don't. And yeah, we've got other things besides that to discuss as well today, and try to answer as many questions as y'all have from the booty hunter himself. Me, that's me. I'm the guy. That's me. Admiral Pegasus, good to see you. Lulu, good to see you. James, always happy to see your smiling face, because James, you're just a special individual. Why? Because I called you out by name. Makes you special. Makes you unique. Makes you somebody here. Thank you for the follow there, Ordrin. Great to see you. Hopefully y'all are doing well. And let's just jump right into it. Incursions is live. I know a lot of people keep asking me, hey, what's the strategy for our server to do better on Incursions? And a lot of people don't like my answer. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what the strategy is for Incursions. 24 and 48 hours leading up to Incursions, everybody on your server needs to be in a level 1 through 19 system with a shield on. If they are not, as a server, collectively, as a massive group, a whole bunch of communists, semi-joke, you need to go out and start draining everybody. I don't care if they're a whale, free to play, small, big. Everybody gets absolutely drained by your server leading up into Incursions. That's how you win. That's the answer. Or at least it's putting yourself in the best position to win. Not everybody likes that. That's the truth. If you want to win Incursions, get the great exo comp with a few great things about the Incursion reward, the exo comp, the officers, all the most rewards you can get, you put yourself in the best position for success. Is that you need to raid everybody on your server, like drain them completely. Friend, foe, doesn't matter. That truly is the answer. Do you like the bounty order events and rewards? Yes. I mean, I think they're solid. I still believe to this day that the 2 weeks or 1 week, depending on what the server is or what the expectation is, I like treating them as a break. So I'm not fussing over the events that much. I did my Crucible of War. Still need Faction Hunt to get an update, and Bounty Hunter just kind of whatever. It's Lanyap, it's extra. James, good to see you. Hope they improve the game and work on being stable. I mean, it's been pretty stable for about a week now. Obviously, July was the worst month in terms of stability we've had in quite some time. But yeah, I mean, there's still things that they're working out. For those that don't know, they're still looking into the issue with Formation Armadas. For those who don't know what the issue for Formation Armadas are, Formation Armadas have not been appropriately applying out artifact shards when all nodes are defeated. Now, this does not happen every time, but it is happening pretty consistently. That is something that they're looking at. But good news, there's a comp chest that is supposed to be coming out this week for all players, level 26 and above, who are having issues. So we've been bugging them about Formation Armadas. They finally released a statement about it. So that's a big thumbs up and a positive. Imco, good to see you. How are you doing? Sounds like I rode in the short yellow shuttlecraft to flight training school. James, it's okay, buddy. You're still the beast. We got a ton of goodies for all the bugs, so there's that. We did get an extremely generous comp chest. This is true. At the same time, you know, I'm not trying to dismiss comp chests. Obviously, I appreciate when they take the time and effort to do that. But comp chests also don't fix anything. You know, I think one thing that has some people a little bit sour still about this last comp chest is it released before the fixes were out, and then problems were still happening. But overall, yeah, I think that it was a very generous comp chest. There are definitely players who were upset that it didn't maybe recomp them what they lost. I know there's a lot of players who were losing, you know, just for an example, they were losing epic directives of normal armadas, and that wasn't in the comp chest. And if you're not a spender, it can be very difficult to get those epic shards, and definitely understand why there could be some frustration there, right? So, yeah. Congrats on my bill lock. Wait, did I won bill lock and not notice it? I haven't honestly been paying attention. I have not won bill locked. I'm 25 million away. But I haven't honestly been trying, just because this past week has mostly been, let's keep it real with y'all, like, because I've still got DMs to go through. Thank you so much, Wrath of Tome, for the follow over there on Kick. Really appreciate y'all. Just to give you an idea, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14, 16, 17, 20, 24. I've got like 40 plus DMs I've still got to go through, and I've been going through DMs all morning. So it's been really busy. Anytime there are a lot of problems in the game, there are a lot of Rev going to the overlords about things, and that's been something we're doing a lot of. What did I just send here? Oh, dang it. I did not mean to send you. Go back to your node, you idiot. You idiot. Oh, be okay to the one bill look. Oh, well, then congratulations. Good afternoon, Shadow Raven. How are y'all doing? So yeah, come start throwing in your questions. If you got questions about upcoming comps, if you have requests, what you think things should be. If you have Incursions questions, throw them in, and I will gladly start answering them to the best of my ability. And if there's any other issues that we need to bring up to the Overlords, I'll gladly try to do that as well, because that's what I do. You're a conduit. And also, got a lot of messages I still get through on Facebook and Discord. Please know that I'm not ignoring you. I just got to get through all the messages. Nemesis, good to see you. Boot and loot before Incursions is a great subtle hint to get out of territories in 20+ space. I'm not even being subtle, Kata. I'm being direct. If you and your server want to be good in Incursions, you have got to unify as a team. And unifying as a team is not just about everybody, hey, we're going to discuss things and be on voice during Incursions. No, it's prepping for Incursions, which means that the primary way to score in Incursions is still raiding. You need to drain your entire server of anybody who is not following the shield rules and is not in the appropriate systems. And that's just a fact. And by the way, if they move to a level 1 through 19 system and don't have a shield on, raid them still. That's just kind of what you have to do. And the good servers who are consistently winning are doing those methods. Cougs, thank you for the follow over there on the Kick side of things. I greatly appreciate y'all's support. Thank you for checking us out. I see we have Facebook comments. We've got YouTube. It's great. Good to see everybody here. Have they improved Incursion rewards? Yes. Not besides what they did the last time, which was increasing Incursion rewards, but nothing else beyond that they've told us. And going by what we've seen from the APAC servers, it seems to be the same thing as the last go around. Earth, good to see you. Have other people had issues with hunting the SMS scoring? I still haven't heard back from support about my issue. No, not that I'm aware of, Earth. Very limited issues, as in individual people having certain issues, but no. And I'm out of bounty hunter, so I'm done with my summer hunt. I think I've got no coins left, so I'm done with summer hunt. I'm done with summer hunt. Server 80, who hasn't lost, is definitely using that strat. Everyone out of territory. It's smart, 8, and that's what you got to do. And I know that depending on the politics of your server, maybe it can be difficult to convince everybody to do that. But if y'all truly want the rewards as a server, it's one of the strategies you got to use to take that in. Do the hostile names in the queue trials give a clue to how to defeat them? Yes and no, William. Like a Federation Peacekeeper hostile, the one you mentioned in chat, well, that's just a deep space hostile. There's nothing necessarily unique about that. But in terms of like if you see an Actian pop up or a Swarm, stuff like that, yes. An Actian, you're going to want to use your Mantis. A Swarm, you're going to want to use your Franklin A. And if you see a Federation Peacekeeper, it's probably above the level 52 level, so Pipe Road Chin's not going to work against it. So there are some hints kind of given out, and you do want to pay attention to that when you're doing your Q's trials. When you're going out there and ringing your bells, you've got to pay attention to that. But at the same time, not necessarily like fully conclusive, if that makes sense. But yeah, don't let me forget, I've also got to ring my bells today. I've got to do that. Don't let me forget, please. Unhealthy Diet Coke. Always the best thing to put in my body in the mornings. You should spin my bells daily to get court buildings, even if it blows up my ships. Yes, David. If you cannot beat where you currently are in your Q's trials, you should be launching it 3 times a day, no matter what. Literally just 3 times. Just turn it on. That's all you gotta do. If you can't beat them, you still want to launch it 3 times so that you can complete your daily. And that daily is going to allow you to upgrade the building. And as your ships get stronger, eventually you can go take them out. But until then, you still need to do your daily every day. And it's an easy daily. Literally, it's just activate it. All you got to do it to complete it. One life, good to see you. Hopefully my server takes your Incursions advice. I mean, you have the power here as well, Bolt. I may not be on your server. I'm in a lot of server discords. In fact, I just joined, thank you for the follow, Chef. I joined server 86, 87, 88, and 89 server discords to let them know that they're ascending. So they're going to level 51 plus. Congrats to them. I do try to be in as many discords as possible. And I tell, if I'm in your server discord, tag me, ask me questions. I will gladly try to come and answer and help out your group. But I'm not everywhere and I can't speak to everybody. So it just kind of fall on you as well to be like, hey, we're going to handle that. We're going to arrange it and get it together. And then you could also just be on a server that maybe the majority doesn't care and they're not going to bother with it at all. They're not going to try to, run the perfect run. And there's nothing I can really do about that, right? It's if they don't want to participate, that's completely their prerogative. And I'm not even going to try to force them to participate. If they don't like it, as in they truly don't enjoy Incursions and the entire server doesn't, then y'all can just ignore it. And that's completely fine as well. I mean, y'all gotta do what's fun for y'all. Dinger Bell, thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate you hitting the follow button. How are you doing today? You having a good one? Are you having a good one? All right, let's jump back into my chats and we'll see, are they ever going to update the recruit packs? At some point, EMC. I mean, I don't know of anything being worked on right now, though. At some point, yeah, everything gets upgraded, but sometimes those upgrades take years, which is annoying. Cougs, good to see you. But yeah, that can be really annoying. Shinta, by the way, good to see you. Other Formation Armada issues is sometimes the nodes won't launch. Yes, that has been brought up to them. I mentioned that to them actually yesterday with another update. Just say, hey, don't forget about this. And we wait and see. I do appreciate Eco putting out an announcement. Now, did the announcement cover everything? No. But at the same time, at least getting something worked on and getting a comp is a big deal for me. Looney, great to see you. How are y'all doing? Got a cheesy question. How to become a super amazing person like myself? Well, Wraith, I appreciate it. It's very, very kind. Here's how you become a super amazing person if you see me as super amazing. Work 70, 80 hours a week on your butt in front of a desk, working with a game that you don't feel like appreciates the community enough, and stream, I don't know what, on 4 platforms and make videos every day, and yeah, just devote your life to a community, and then people will love you. Who knew that's all it took? Who knew that's all it took? Yeah. Hey, man, thank you for the follow, by the way, over there on Kit. Greatly appreciate it. Any hints for the new art? I mean, the only hint I'm giving you is what they've said, and that is that there will be an event store. So those who keep asking about it, the next update will include an event store. Will include an event store. By the way, if you do appreciate the work that I put in, it is not required. It is optional, but check out those exclamation point donate links if y'all want to support the channel or check out our merch store. I'm actually wearing some of my own merch right now. Yeah, I'm one of those people, but I do like the Booty Hunter merch. It's kind of my thing. So they need to make the bonus refinery better. I know it's extra, but it doesn't feel very bonus anymore. See, Pegasus, I can't agree with that. I just can't. It's still bonus. Even if it's less, it's still bonus. And there's a reason. I actually got into this with them, and that makes it sound like it was a big fight. But I actually had a pretty in-depth discussion with them about this probably 4 months ago. And simply put, if they were to boost the refinery to the new levels, which, you know, I talked about in my video yesterday, 4-star, you know, the uncommons and rares got a boost by a factor of 4. In 3-star, a factor of 2. They feel like they're giving too many resources into the economy through the bonus refinery if they do that. But it's still bonus. Like, it's still extra no matter what. Yeah, it's the lower loot table, but it's still, I mean, y'all seen me. I've got 16, 17 million crystal right now. That million I can easily throw in, and this is 100 crystal, 42 epic, and 12 rare that I would not have had. It is still extra. Do you want more? We always want more. If we stop wanting more, I think we've stopped playing this game. But we always want more, and the biggest advantage to the bonus refinery over the regular refinery is it's guaranteed uncommons and more. There are no commons in it. So it's just, should it be better? Maybe, but at the same time, it's still bonus and it's still valuable, and I don't want to diminish what it actually provides to the player, because over these 4 days, if that's a few hundred more uncommon, well, that's a few hundred more uncommon. That's an entire event that you didn't have to do anything. You just sit there and hit the button. I think that's valuable. So Brad over here singing, who sung that? Rebel Yell. Who sings Rebel Yell? Is it Journey? Who sings that? Anyway, I know the song. I don't remember who sings it. Thank you for the follow. Greatly appreciate you for hitting that button. Thank you so much. Billy Idol. Oh yeah, there you go. Have they boosted Incursion rewards? They boosted them from the last, you know, from the earlier adaptations, but since the last time they've ran, no, there's no changes that I'm currently aware of. Since the last time they ran, there are no changes that I'm aware of. Everybody hit me with Billy Idol. I'm sorry I didn't know y'all's famous musicians. I don't really know a ton of classic rock. I mean, I listened to it as a kid, but I appreciate y'all correcting me. I do. I appreciate y'all correcting me. See, this goes back to me not being perfect. I'm not perfect. I don't know all of y'all stuff. I do give a real big thank you, though, to Mike. I don't want to put out your last name, obviously, but Mike just hit me up on Cash App and sent me $5 to support me and my family. Thank you so much. You're actually our first dono of the month, so let me put it up on the board up there. Thank you so much as we go through the wonderful time. For those who are not familiar, that I have 3 kids. Well, it's school time and daycare time. And with 3 kids, as y'all can imagine, that is the best time of year, expense-wise. So the only positive, school supplies are a tax write-off if you're an American. EMC, thank you for the follow. So that's cool. Thank you, though, Mike. I really do appreciate it. Kal-El, good to see you. Since yesterday's client update in the Google Play Store, there's been nonstop crashes. So, Scott, that update, I think, actually came up on Saturday. There wasn't an update released yesterday, I'm pretty sure. I think that was Saturday. But I have not had any issues personally. But if you are having issues, make sure you put in a ticket. Nemesis, thank you for the follow over there on Kick. Appreciate y'all who are following and those who choose to subscribe on Kick. It really helps out the channel. But, Scott, I would put in a ticket because I don't have a ton of those reports. I do recognize that they're coming in from some people. But I think that update came through Saturday. I decided not to wait and bought the amalgam. Is there meant to be a crew that's continuously run on it? No. So Sea-Dog, if you're going to use the amalgam, depends on what you're using it for. If you are out raiding, there are multiple raiding crews, but generally what people are going to do with the amalgam is put maximum loot on there. So they're going to have like Baitor, Stan, and 4 of 11. If you are out grinding the exocomps and the materials for the exocomps, you're going to use, usually like Pipe Moro Chin, you use a disco to summon into those spaces and out. And I can show you where those are since you're new to it if you're not aware. Stefan, good to see you. How is the sunny, wet, and humid UK? Hopefully it's doing wonderful over there. Vic, good to see you as well. Welcome into the stream as we're answering all the questions and all the things. At least we're trying to. And I'm going through my refineries and still wishing that we had a bonus refinery. I mean, I'm pushing for it. Still wishing we had a bonus refinery for ship parts. I know you 3-star players aren't worried about that yet, but I promise you, you're going to wish it exists when you get into 4-star. Still pushing for this to be a thing. Will not forget about it. I promise I'll continue to bring it up every couple of months, hoping that they change their mind. Ordrin, thank you so much. Ordrin felt like he made a miss there. Ordrin, thank you so much for donating to me and my kids. I greatly appreciate it. It's up on the board. Thank you so much for supporting us and our family. I really appreciate it. Tavi, good to see you. Tech, join Kick just to watch me. Thank you. It's good. I mean, we're streaming on multiple platforms at one time because the goal is to answer as many of y'all's questions as possible, and not everybody is in every place, right? So that's my hope, is to be able to just individually help every person. You wouldn't be able to afford a bonus ship refinery? Well, Tavi, here's the thing. Will, thank you for the follow. I'll say this. For most players out there who are in 4-star and 5-star, I feel pretty strongly that even though we complain about grind times in the game and how much time we spend in Star Trek Fleet Command, which is a real thing, I still believe that most of us would grind more every day to make sure that we have the ship parts needed to get a bonus refinery in. I believe that. Now, if you disagree with me, please say, hey, wrong. But I do believe that most players would spend more time in the game if they knew that there was a bonus ship refinery, which Scopely wants you to spend more time in the game. They say with their mouth that they want to reduce grind time, but their actions tell us a different story. So, Paul, good to see you, says a bonus ship's part refinery would be massive help. And I'm going to continue to push for it, right? I think it's one of the most needed things in the game. And I will endeavor to bring that to us at some point. So, I spend tons of grinding for parts. Always try the 2 chests. See, I like doing the 2 chests, but I will admit most of the time I'm doing the single, as you just saw me do. Let me go ahead and get my pull here for the Voyager. I'm not... see, I need to go mine. I need to go mine and do the triple pull. I really need to go mine and do the triple pull. All right, so I'm going to do that. We're going to do our Q's bells. I like ringing the bell. Sorry, it's a thing. And I'm going to go mine that little bit extra I need of commons. So, any update on improving the insanity of the forbidden items increase rate? Nope. That is working as intended. Like, that is intentionally the way it is. I'm not saying I agree with it, but saying that it was always meant to have a fail mechanic. And even though the fail mechanic is extremely harsh, it is working as intended. Lango says I grind for reps and ship BPs every day. Well, Lango, we're talking about ship parts. But I personally, I don't go grind 200 Federation interceptors and battleships and etc. to get the ship parts I need. But what I'm saying is I think more people would do that if they knew there's a bonus refinery that they could dump, 500,000 parts and hopefully get, uncommons and stuff in return. I think it's a missed opportunity for them if they truly want more eyeball time for the game. But maybe that's just a wrong guess. Maybe I'm incorrect in that assumption. Because like right now, I only do enough to make sure that I can do my pulls every day. I don't go above and beyond. Right, I change when I'm grinding one day, so I focus on explorers one day, battleships one day, etc. Lango, that's smart. How can I find you on Discord to ask questions? Easiest way is to join my Discord, one and only. So exclamation point Discord on whether you're on Facebook or over on Kick. If you haven't joined our Discord, you can do it there. But join my Discord is also in the link of all my descriptions. And you can either message me privately or you can ask in our Discord. And we have a lot of very knowledgeable game people in there. From our volunteers, those are the ones with the orange names in Discord, to our moderators, the blue names, etc. Gladly to help you out. Very happy to help you out. Sorry I'm late. From server 10, any fix for the Zoom bug? You mean the one that's been here for 2 years? No, there's been no announced fix for the Zoom bug. And yes, it is annoying. 100% annoying. Zula, am I ready for incursions? I am. MSAC, by the way, thank you for the follow. I am ready for incursions. We're going against server 11, or this server I'm on right now that you see behind me, going against server 11. And we'll see how it goes. I really hate that they moved incursions back. We normally would do this on a Saturday or Friday, but now we're doing it on Thursday. And it really, really annoys me because one, I'm not streaming on that day, but two, we've made it very clear as players that the majority prefers this to happen. And can you Jesus see that? Give me just a second. Prefers incursions to happen not in the middle of the week so that more people can participate. And I worry tomorrow's participation is going to be lower, and I want to see how that is. And then, of course, we'll ask for y'all's feedback and everything. And speaking of Actian hostiles, thank you for the follow, by the way, over there in Kick. But remember, see, this is an Actian. I'm not going to use my, whatchamacallit. I'm going to go out here, swap this out to my Mantis. I'm going to let my Mantis handle that instead of trying to use my Pylum. So pay attention to your Q's trials hostiles. I'll go ahead and recall that, and let's go throw you on some nodes. Oh, a rare node? Gotta take advantage of that. I'm gonna make everybody in chat jealous that there's 3. All right, everybody in chat, I'm so sorry that you had to witness that I have 3 rare Voyager nodes just sitting there waiting to be loved on. Apologies. Be jealous. Every single one of you be jealous. Sorry. I feel bad, but at the same time, I'm happy for me. I'm happy for me. Kiki Jesus, thank you so much for ruining people's OCD. Those that don't know, Kiki Jesus has been supporting the channel for a long time, and he loves to do this. Just ruined all y'all's OCD with that donation. Thank you so much for supporting as we get ready to buy school supplies, which is always an amazing time. Yay. Pixelate, thank you for the follow over there on Kick. Greatly appreciate you. You are an incredible human being. Thank you. But you got 6 rare nodes in one night, Lango? Wow. Maybe they did increase the spawn rate and didn't tell us, because I have not heard back that they've increased it. I've been asking, but I've not heard back that they've increased it. Maybe they did and they just didn't tell us. It wouldn't be the first time that Scopely did a good thing and didn't inform the community. In fact, they do it all the time. It's really annoying. It's really annoying. Whew. Many on my server are taking off work or scheduling huge meetings throughout the day. Travis, I love that from a game perspective. I love the dedication people have, but I hate that they have to do that, you know? I see easily killing my Acti in there. I hate that they have to do that, you know? Fat bearded math teacher, school supplies. Yeah, by the way, real quick shout out. If you donate to me, appreciate it. But if you don't want to donate to me, like, hey, you're a ginger and you don't deserve donations. Fair, I respect that. Please go donate to a teacher. Because the fact that so many teachers in the United States have to buy their own school supplies while also making a lower income than most major professions is ridiculous. So if you do want to help out somebody during the school season, go donate to a teacher. I'm sure you can find one on your server pretty easily. Don't want to donate to the Big Red Ginger? Cool. Go donate to a teacher. So they need to increase the spawn rate and also fix the localization visuals. No arguments there, Phoenix. No arguments there. And there's a whole slew of things that we can put together as another bug list, which we probably should do. We probably should do. All right. You'll be up against my server. PT, do you... I'm just going to say this, PT. I won't tell anybody, but do you want to sell your server out? Like, do you want to side with me? Like, do you want to love on Rev? Just saying. You want to love on me? I'd appreciate it. You're at 240 warp and there's hardly anyone there. So the first Voyager warp area is definitely difficult to find what you're looking for, because I think most people are still in that area. So that one's problematic. All right, where did this spawn? Oh, there it is. But as you get to the second one, it does get a little bit easier to start getting the materials and stuff you're looking for. The biggest thing I can say is, I don't know how y'all are with your server politics, but if you see anything in the Voyager warp system that is not a Voyager, kill it. My personal opinion. I'm sorry if that just started several wars on your server, but if you see anything that is not a Voyager mining, kill it. Kill it. Because its mining times are going to be ridiculous, and it's going to be sitting on a node for forever. Take it out. Demon, thank you so much. Love the videos. Had a question that got missed in chat 2 minutes ago, but too long to post here. I mean, Demon, please repost it. Like, just copy and paste it, because we have got a combined like 400 people watching right now. I promise I'm not trying to ignore any question, but because there's so many people, it can be difficult to catch every question. So just please copy and paste it, and I will definitely try to answer anything. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for supporting the channel. Now, keep in mind that what I just said is very specific. If you see something in a Voyager system mining, kill it. If you see somebody in here with a pylon taking on the species 8472 bioships, leave them alone. I'm just saying that if you see somebody eating up a node that is not a Voyager, I believe you should kill it. Are they working on fixing the zoom issues? James, you're not gonna like my answer, but I don't know, and I've not been told that they are. Are they? Probably. But have they made this an apparent like point of emphasis that they've brought up to community, content creators and mods? No, at least not to me. So if they are, I don't know about it. They are, I don't know about it. Yeah, Demon, I just scrolled a lot, tried to find it. I don't see it, man. So I definitely do want to answer any question that you have. And Travis, if you saw the question, because I scrolled through my chat. Remember, I've got 3 chats between Facebook, Kick, and YouTube. If y'all see it, I definitely want to answer whatever I can. Grey Wolf, I'll see you tomorrow on server 11 as well. I will be on server 11. For those curious, I always go, assuming that we're the invading server, I always go to the other server, say hey to everybody, bust open the tea, have a cup of coffee, the fun stuff. So if you're on server 11, that's where you can expect to find me. You have to relaunch frequently due to the Zoom issues. Yeah, I hate that. And I promise I'm not trying to dismiss you. And I'm more than happy to try to push for these fixes. I really am. But I also have to answer honestly. And, honestly, they haven't said, yeah, we're working on that. Doesn't mean that they aren't, but that they haven't made it a, an obvious, look, we recognize this is a serious issue right now. Here's what we're doing, All right, just started playing this game in April. So Travis, thank you for reposting what Chris said. Start playing this game in April. Welcome to the game, Chris. Your vids have been great help. If I can make a request, could you make a playlist with new player vids in it and remake some of the older vids? Now, as far as remaking the older vids, yes, that does need to get done, and working on that. It's crazy. I'm getting pulled by higher level players who want me to make videos about super highways and what to do with the intelligence mining and things like that. And then I've also got lower levels. If you don't know, there is a playlist on my YouTube channel called New Player Must Watch, which is covering a lot of content for lower levels, and anything level 30 and below, and even in the early 30s is now considered a low level player. So I actually do have a playlist for that already, but we'll continue to make more content for it. And you can also in my Discord request specific content. Like if you and your server need to know about something, especially if I have an outdated video, and I can name some outdated videos that are on my channel. Like I know what they are. I'm more than happy to try to address those and fix them. Okay. James says we have a lot of negativity on our server towards incursions. Do you have any advice for increasing interest? Honestly, increasing interest is not on your server, but on Scopely. And I keep telling them that if you really want people interested, you're going to have to significantly boost the rewards. Simple as that. That's really all it comes down to. if they want things to get better, they're going to have to boost up the rewards by a factor of a lot. They just are. Now, when are they going to get around to doing that? God only knows. Also ordered, I'm trying to check it right now, and apparently it's not loading, so give me just a second. Maybe I have to update it. Yeah, it needs an update. That's why it wouldn't open correctly. Hey, Evil Corsair, good evening to you. So, Chris, I hope that answered your question. If not, again, more than happy to, hit me up individually and answer. Kook says, depends on the account. If you have them on different servers, you are 99.9% fine. In terms of multiple accounts, to answer you directly, Nemesis, I know Kooks did. You can have one account per applicable device. So if you have a phone, one account. You have a PC, another account. You have a tablet, another account. So as long as you have a device for each account, that is how it is legal in the TOS. That is how it is legal in the TOS. How long would you camp at 39? James, it is not about a time frame. It is about completing milestones. And what I mean by that is, what is this? Oh. Okay, cool. What I mean by that is, if you are a spender, for example, you can complete a lot of milestones a hell of a lot faster than a free-to-play. So if I say camp at 39 for 3 months, well, that might make one person bored as hell and another person hasn't been able to finish what they wanted to finish. So it's more about, did I let that expire or did I actually not? Did I already finish that daily? Sorry, answering questions I get. Right, all right, I did finish that daily and I don't need to do the next one. So it's more about completing the milestones you need to get. Getting your Enterprise / Augur up to a certain level, getting your Defiant and Talios to tier 3, getting your Voyager up to a certain level, getting the research done, getting your Stella to minimum of M score 80. All these are different milestones you want to set and try to complete so that it makes your, playing experience better. So it's more about setting goals, not about setting time limits. How you doing, Shane? Good to see you. Love Rev, but he's too kind of scope and make excuses for the continued failures. But nobody's making excuses for him, Warren. What? Please, Warren, point out an excuse I made for scoping. Please point out an excuse I made for scoping. Because I'll put it this way, Warren. There's not a single content creator in our space who is as hard on them as I am. So if you don't think I'm hard enough on them, then nobody is. And maybe you are too hard on them. Because I am undeniably, like, nobody can contest this. I am the content creator that is the most hard. I go at them all the time. So I'm curious what you think that I'm too soft on them about. Pixelate says they boosted Crucible of War and Mild Shock. I participated more. Mining Monday rewards are trash, so I don't participate as much. Same. I loved the Crucible of War boost to the point that I actually did all 3 of my Crucible of Wars, or all 3 days, on multiple accounts. Normally, I don't do that. Normally, I don't fool with that. I kind of want to dump all my Incursions currency into subspace relay upgrades. Is that what most people do? Honestly, a lot of people either unlock the Mantis. Mikhail, thank you for the follow, by the way. They unlock the Mantis or they work on the officers. The subspace relay upgrade is also a fantastic way to use your currencies. Mercy, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Streaming you from work, you're the content creator god. I don't know about that. I mean, maybe one day when we have like 100,000 followers here for Star Trek, we can talk about being in that space. But I don't think I'm anywhere near that level at the moment. But I appreciate the compliment. So, I think people like to think relaying what Scopely says is making excuses and sticking up for them when it's not the case. Maybe that is the case, Brad. I'm not sure if that's how it is. And that's why I tried to ask him, like, so specifically, what do I do? Because at the end of the day, Scopely doesn't pay me. You know who pays me? People like Ordrin, who just donated to the channel to combat the ridiculous OCD that is Kinky Jesus. It's people like y'all who support my kids. Scopely ain't out here sending me money. I don't know if y'all think they are, but they're not. Ordrin, thank you so much. I've just added it to the wall. Thank you. So my loyalty is to the players. At the same time, you do have to have a working relationship with these people being Scopely. You just can't sit there and just insult them every day either. How did you get your Mantis? So I got my Mantis on the main account through the initial month that it came out. The way to get the Mantis right now is through the Incursions event store or a regular event store that we have usually once a quarter, so every 3 months, sometimes every 4 months. But those are the 2 ways to currently get the Mantis that doesn't involve whipping out the old credit card. On my way home from work. Well, Prophet, please drive safe if you're on your way home from work. Not that I'm saying I don't want you to watch the content, but I don't know if I'm a big fan of watching and driving. Please be safe. Please be safe. I'm getting Odo with the Incursions over the weekend. That's awesome. See, I don't have Odo yet, and that would be an awesome unlock for me. Now, we can see the Incursion store now. Let me go ahead and pop it up. So we've got fleet commanders in there. These are fleet commanders that can only be purchased at the moment, so these can have value for a lot of people. The 7 of 9 and Locutus. I don't have 7 of 9. There's your Mantis that you can unlock. You can speed up your Defiant acquisition. You can speed up your Titan acquisition. Then, of course, you have the Strike Team officers are all in here. And then they've also added in Jedzia, Dax, and Odo, which have no sourcing in the game at the moment. Cisco does. I wouldn't recommend going after Cisco because he has sourcing, granted, for higher level players or mid-level players. And then you've got a bunch of this stuff here in the back, where this is not a bad way to spend your currency either to work on upgrading the building itself, because the only way to source these is through incursions. So if your building is a little bit lower level, I know my building is lower level than most people in this chat. And the reason I know that is because my server consistently loses. So mine's only level 17. That's not a bad way to spend your currency either. Is it a must to get the Amalgam Cloak? In my opinion, it is not a must to get the Amalgam Cloak. Is it a bad idea? Not necessarily, but I don't think it's a must. I wouldn't call it a must. Right? So, sorry, I got another account over here and trying to read messages. So much to do. Wanderer and B, by the way, and Jasmine, thank you for the follows over there on Kick. Greatly appreciate you and hope you're having a fantastic day. Feel free to ask any questions. What about fleet commanders? I mean, so I have a fleet commander that's a premium commander, as in it's sold. I have Locutus. I'll be honest. The one that I use every day and I never change is Kirk. Now, some of the new commanders can be good to get just for their bonus abilities, as in like their permanent abilities that you can take advantage of. But generally speaking, I don't screw around with fleet commanders. I keep Kirk up there. I upgrade Kirk when I have the opportunity to, and then Locutus just sits in the background. Now, once I finally can have 2 at a time, maybe that strategy will change, but I know the average player is a long way away from running 2 at a time. Right? Getting ready for Incursion tomorrow? Nice, Wanderer. My server is also working on that process right now. Chris says, we win a lot of our Incursions. I've placed top 10 in a few of the leaderboards, and mine is 18, so don't worry about being 17. Well, Chris, I have so many people that I talk to, like in the Discord and stuff, and theirs is sitting at, 24 and 25, and I'm just sitting here like, yikes. I'm just sitting here like, yikes. This is terrible. Terrible even. Hey, Knifey. We don't lose. We're team building through hardship. Yeah, Knifey. You tell that to all of our super whales who are like, hey, what would it be like if I gave away 50 trillion resources today? Freaking Jedi. I love Jedi. He's in my alliance, but damn it, dude. Jedi gave out like 50 trillion points in our last incursions. One player gave out like 50 trillion points. Like, come on, Jedi. Please don't do it again. Please don't do it again. So. Don't do it again. Is there Ascension past 60 yet? No, Jazzman. They have not released 6-star, which is what would be 61 plus. That has not been released in the game yet. We know that at some point it will be. But the cap on the game right now is level 60. That is the highest that you can go. Highest you can go. Which Kirk do you use on a regular basis? Well, there's only one Kirk for a fleet commander. There's only one Kirk. Not everyone has Wi-Fi on their yachts. Look, man, I'm not trying to wealth shame anybody, but if you can afford a yacht, you can afford Wi-Fi. You better shield, okay? That's all I got to say. If you can afford a yacht, you can afford Wi-Fi. You better shield. You better pull out your satellite phone and find a way to make it happen. Does the Vidar/Talius loot exocomp work with armadas? Which armadas are you referring to, Luffy? Which armadas are you referring to? You talking about like just taking your Talios with the exocomp out to a Cardassian armada? No, it does not. Should you upgrade fleet commanders as you have the materials or hold for events? I would upgrade because the events are not consistent. The only time that the events roll out is when they have a new fleet commander. And since we don't have new fleet commanders coming out every month, I would personally recommend that you don't hold on to those materials and take advantage of the various essentially researches that you're unlocking. That's my personal recommendation. That's what Rev would do. All right, we've emptied this one. I'm gonna go empty this one. See, I didn't come here for freaking rare. I came here for common. But if you see rare just sitting there, you've got to take advantage of it, right? Like, you can't just ignore the rare. You've got to take advantage of it. All right, so I'm gonna send you out here. Yeah, I'm gonna send you out here instead. I need more battleship parts. Jedi can shield this time, but when y'all face 13, he should leave it down for me. Nice, Ordrin. You know, I'm curious. I wish they gave more information about how they do Incursions pairings, but got server 58 to supply me with enough par steel and trip to push to 46. Damn, Big Smiley. What's your Voyager crew cargo up to? My cargo on the Voyager, to keep in mind that I'm running full cargo crew, is 364,000 with 22,000 protected. But I have, in terms of officers, you see I've got 2 of 11. We've got Stan. Then we've got Below Deck, Strange New World, La'an. Then I've got 2 Vok. And then finally, 4 of 11. So I've got every cargo officer that I can possibly have trying to boost my Voyager's overall cargo cap, plus the researches that I've done. Obviously, I've put a lot of effort into boosting the Voyager's cargo so that I can get multiple rare nodes and stuff at tier 5. And that's been something I really, really harped on, you know, really kind of focused in on when I went through my research trees and stuff like that. It's something that I felt was very important, and that's how I was able to get my Voyager up so quickly. You know, to the point that I've actually been slacking on some other researches so that I can come in here and do this. And you can see this is where my Voyager research is at level 46. This is everything that I've dumped into it so far. Congrats, Pokey, on unlocking the Defiant. Oh, that's awesome. I think the Defiant is one of the best ships in the 40s. I really do. I think it's one of the best ships in the 40s. So Alpha, just to be clear for those who are listening, there's an event store coming next update. There's an event store coming next update. Scott, did I miss your super chat? Oh, let me go scroll and find it, Scott. I didn't see it pop up. PMC works on trials. Is that by design? All right, so Pipe Muro Chin works on some, but not on all. So like, Scott, as you start leveling up through your trials, you're going to find PMC stops working. So the hostiles in the Q's trials are normal hostiles. So they're not like gold bosses. They're not armada. They are normal hostiles. So normal hostile crews work against them. However, they also each have levels. They don't tell you what the levels are, but all of them have levels. And that means when you reach, it's not going to tell you when, but when you reach a level 52 hostile, Pipe Muro Chin will no longer work. Now, there are some instances where some crews don't work. For example, they intentionally made it to where Tau does not work in Q's trials. So don't even bother trying to use Tau in Q's trials. He does not work, and that's intentional. But everything else does work. Any hints what will be in the event stores as specific ships? No. I don't have anything that I can share with you on that one. So apologies, but don't have anything for that. By the way, Ordrin, thank you again for ruining Kinky Jesus' attempt to jack up our OCD. So, Defiant and Talios are great free-to-play ships. Agreed, Tony. I think they're great even if you spend money on them. You know, I don't think many people regret dropping $100 to get their Talios early or the Defiant early. But definitely great ships. Definitely great ships. I need to do this. I keep forgetting. I do my dailies, but I always forget to come in and do these. I can unlock my stuff. Does that mean Strange New Worlds is the best generic Q for Q's trials? I mean, Strange New Worlds is a very good crew. I'll either use that one or I'll use the Voyager crew with full synergizations. Full synergizations. And no, Cougs, they have not shared with us how many max Vidars there are now. I wish I knew, but they've not shared with us. Strange New Worlds doesn't work on lower hostiles? Yes, it does. It just doesn't work better than Pipe Muro Chin. That's the difference. It's not going to work better than Pipe Muro Chin, but it does work. All right, so I need 140,000. All right. Much as I'm enjoying that rare node I'm taking advantage of, I really need to do these commons. I hate to do this to myself, but I really need to. Really need to. Does the research for fortification apply when you max fortify? Yes. Order. No, William, I've not watched Strange New Worlds at all in the past month. It is on the list of things to do, but I've been too busy. Scott, thank you so much. It's killed 100 million inti using PMC. Yeah, which means that that interceptor was below the level. It was probably level 51 or level 50, or it could have been an Actian hostile. But you are going to run to a point where PMC stops working. You just can't see when that point is, Scott. But you are right that PMC does work. Do you think Doc will be available somehow to buy? He is hard to get. As in the Voyager Doctor, I'm still hoping that there is some form of open sourcing, but yeah, I do believe that at some point you're going to get the Doctor available. I just don't know when and where that is. We'll have to wait and see. Have to wait and see. Is 39 still a good place to camp? Yes, Travis. I don't know if you saw, but a week ago, we released a video where myself, other content creators, level 60s, etc., all contributed to one big file that lists camping spots, where, and major milestones of when to camp. If you missed that spreadsheet is in my Discord, and the video is obviously here on the YouTube channel. Have you finished your Voyager field training? No. Wrong button. My Voyager field training is right here. So I'm over halfway through the hostiles. 3.5% of the way to the insignias, and 1/5 of the way through my mining. But I'm also not pushing it super hardcore. I'm just kind of doing it, the days I do it. Don't worry, Travis. Look, I tell people all the time, I put out a lot of content, and I love putting out a lot of content. I enjoy what I do, but I put out a lot of content. And sometimes that means when I put out a lot of content, not everybody can catch it all, and that's okay. I always try to remind them that I made it, and that way y'all can go check it out if y'all think that it applies to you. Voyager field training will take at least a year. Technically not the case, Hugo. There are multiple ways you can get more commerce insignias. For example, the fact that I'm doing multiple pulls at a time now, but also you can farm. This is all RNG, so keep that in mind. But you can go here where the Borg are. You can summon the Borg hostile, which has like a 35-40% chance of dropping commerce insignias, as well as hunt the Hirogen freighters, which also have a chance of dropping commerce insignias. So there are ways to increase the amount of insignias you're getting, so it doesn't take a year. But if you just do the slow path, it will take quite a bit of time. All right, so there's a rare, there's another rare. Yeah, I'm gonna have to come back for these rares. All right, so did I get enough? All right, I did. All right, so we're gonna come back for those rares. We're gonna go ahead and dock that up. Expect the last blueprint need for the Titan. Congratulations, Kenny. That is huge. Yeah, Hugo, it's less than a 10% chance of the drop rate for the box. I think it's supposed to be like 8 to 10% chance for the boxes to drop, which is obviously very low. But don't forget that if you're willing to use your summoning juice, you can also summon a Borg hostile, which has a far higher chance of dropping commerce insignias, but you got to be willing to use your juice. Hey, Dwight, how you doing? Speaking of field training, stuck on the lovely build Orion Corvette. I've popped a lot of ships looking for those shards. Any tips? Go to the Orion system, like literally the Orion system. Very low space, hunt hostiles there. You'll get Orion Corvette blueprints. Hey, Hank, how you doing, man? Good to see you. You chain a lot when I go out there and have only had one chest drop all month. Again, rates are low, and that's why there's another option. I'm just letting y'all know that if you want to speed it up, here's how. I'm not saying that it's going to be a super fun time, but if you want to speed up your acquisition of commerce insignias, summoning the Borg hostiles, if you choose to do that, and hunting freighters is the way to do it. Now that means that you can spend hours every week hunting freighters to only get a couple hundred more insignias. But if you want to speed up the process, here's how. If you don't want to, I completely understand. I completely get it. Matt, good to see you. Glad you're having a good time with the content. Glad you're having a good time with the content. I don't have the Defiant, Titan, or Voyager yet. Free-to-play path takes a really long time. It can, Mercy. That's why you got to really take advantage of event stores when they roll around, as a way to source those ships a little bit faster. So, like, there's an Incursion event store right now. Defiant's available. There's this next update, we have a full event store coming out. There's an option, right? So you have to start doing stuff like that and taking advantage of those opportunities when they present themselves. All right, so I'm gonna go do that triple pull now on that rare Voyager. All right, triple pull. What we get? Not bad. Not bad RNG at all on that one. Ain't anything super spicy, but I love the ship parts I got for Voyager. And I'll come in here. Now I've now unlocked the Narada Tendril Fragment. Give me a basic isolytic bonus versus players. Only 1%, but hell, more is more. There we go. There we go. That's, and now I'm happy I went and did that. I'm happy I went and did that. The event store will need Janeway and the Meridian. I expect Janeway to be in there. Meridian probably as well. Burn your Discord is the camping spreadsheet. Wonder B, I'm pretty sure it got pinned in the STFC General channel. The STFC General channel. But I think that's where it's pinned. With the starting Voyager having such a low cargo cap, should I send another ship to do the mining for now? No. Actually, earlier in the stream, I was very adamant that I believe that if you see somebody mining that isn't using a Voyager, you should kill them. Now, if you choose to do that, that's completely okay. That's at your own risk. But because it takes so long to mine these nodes if you don't have a Voyager, I completely understand if people decide to destroy those ships. I would. So, what a lot of players end up doing at the earlier levels of Voyager is focusing on the hostiles, using the biotoxins, and then collecting their stuff that way, or mining with the small cargo caps and working on leveling up. Because once you get to about tier 3, the Voyager cargo really opens up and it's pretty easy to do. So, what level does the Mantis show up in the Incursion store? Level 32? Level 32 for the Mantis? Chat, correct me if I'm wrong. Is it level 32? It's right in there. It's right in there. Your chat's going to come through in just a second. Please don't tie up the nose with slow miners. That's my opinion, Kata. I know that that could be a very, Star Trek Fleet Command politically divisive statement, but I don't think that players should do that. Just because it's hurting everybody, right? That's just me. Brad says server 172 says to kill any ship other than Voyager on those nodes. Makes complete logical sense to me. Complete logical sense to me. Yo, Dread Pirate Garrick, thank you so much for subscribing over there on Kick. That helps out a lot. Thank you so much. Thank you. Subscribing on Kick is a great way to donate to the channel, so thank you so much for doing that. Obviously, it's optional, but it's hella appreciated. By the way, Sumo, thank you for the follow over there as well. Greatly appreciate you. Appreciate everybody who supports the channel. So, what PvP crews do you have? All of them, Noah. I've got all the PvP crews unlocked. Hugo says, no joke, G4 miners with a tier 9 mining laser have a 3,000% that lets you mine a common node in 35 to 40 minutes. I think that is okay. Okay. First off, not a lot of people who have tier 9 plus G4 miners, but yes, in that instance, they would be faster in a early system and it wouldn't be that negative. But if I go into those systems, I'm going to mostly be talking about people who are in Cavorts and Horizons, amalgams. I don't see a lot of people up there with high tier Hydras doing that. But you are right. Mathematically. You are right. Not terrible. I know a player who's been level 39 for over a year because he has no epics and he only mines with warships. Well, that might explain why he's been level 39 for over a year. My goodness. My goodness. That's a little wild. On our server, the common nodes are never used. So there's a little leeway in using surveys on those. If I see one on rare, it's getting gone. See, Demon, I don't know if you know this, but if you need rares to spawn, you need to clear out the commons. We talked about this tactic before. I got to sneeze. Hold on. Wrong button. Sorry. We talked about this tactic before. If you need more rares to spawn, go put your Voyager on like 3 of the commons, clear them out, exit into galaxy space, reload, and you're probably going to find a rare there. So if you've got just commons sitting there, nobody's using them, clear those jokers out so you can get more of the rares, which I know a lot of people want more of anyway. Nova would also be in the 35 to 40 minute. Yeah, Nova. Yes, Hugo. It is mathematically possible for a Nova to be decent. Oh my gosh, a Nova. My friend said a Nova. Raise your hand if you're one of the like 500 people watching right now. I want to know how many of the 500 people that we have between Facebook, Kick, and YouTube who have got a Nova. Raise your hand. The sneeze bleep. So, okay. I can't pick it up and show y'all, but my board, the sneeze button and the mute button are right next to each other, and I had to sneeze, so I was turning my head, I wasn't paying attention, and yeah, muted me, and then right next to the beep button, so apologies. So see, look at her like, what's a Nova? What's a Nova? I have 0 Novas. So very few people in the chat. Very few people in the chat. Yeah. I know a player in our alliance who has 3 Novas. I mean, they exist. I mean, hell, I play on an account that has 3 Novas. So it doesn't, please don't get me wrong, it exists. I'm just talking that in general, there are so few players who have made it to that level now that it just, that advice doesn't really apply to many, which is why you're going to have the masses who are saying, don't use, miners. But I'll also add this. If somebody's mining with a Nova on a Voyager node, how many players can clear that Nova? Not me. I mean, I guess if it's a small Nova, I can clear it with my Pylum. But most players aren't going to be able to knock off a Pylum or a Nova anyway, especially if they're going into those systems with their Voyager. Their Voyager is definitely not going to clear out the Nova. So that was kind of more my point. And that kind of goes back to high-level players can do whatever the hell they want. So they got special privileges in that they can do whatever the hell they want. Oh, my gosh. Oh, wow. Oh, hey, Hank, thank you so much. Hank just donated to support the kids and get our school supplies. Thank you so much, Hank. I greatly appreciate this. I've added it to the board. Thank you, Hank. You're amazing. Thank you for your generosity. When should people start going to tier 4 faction miners, or should they get skipped? This is what I did, and this is what I recommend. I think that you should pick up your 4-star faction miners in like the mid 40s. I don't think that you should focus on them like as soon as you get into the early 40s, but in the mid 40s, pick one up. Hell, I picked up one for free. I got my Hydra by grinding Federation hostiles. So I think in the mid 40s, you can definitely afford to run them. It's not going to hurt you too much in terms of the economy. That's when I would recommend that you pick those up. You've never seen a Nova? I might be able to find one laying around in space. Percy, if you've never seen a Nova. I mean, they're just really big miners. Really big miners. Should I go to 32 to unlock the Mantis or stay and dominate the SLBs at 31? That's a great question, though, and it's kind of up to you. I don't think there's a wrong answer there. I would say that the biggest thing with the Mantis is you're going to get access to sourcing the Strange New World officers, and you get to really increase the amount of Syndicate XP that you can earn. And that's the biggest advantages of the Mantis. A lot of people really love it for the Syndicate XP alone. And if you're willing to do the grind for the Actian hostile, that Syndicate XP boost is tremendous. And you're going to start flying through the levels versus being stuck at low levels for a long time. That's how I'm getting closer and closer to being level 25, is I do that Mantis. I try to do it every day. And what I do is in my refinery, I try to double pull it every day. And in 8 hours, I'm going to double pull it again. And that's a big deal. And it's very, very helpful. I understand that not everybody wants more grind. That's kind of up to you. Officers are definitely important. But I would also argue that getting your Syndicate level up is equally as important as the SLBs that you're winning at 31. So, is there a resource showing what changes when you level up? There is, Dwight. There's a ton of those resources. Between my YouTube channel, between the camping spreadsheet that we put out that's in my Discord, tons of resources. Probably a random question. No, we're closed personally. Since auto grinding is available now, should you just auto grind 2 factions with the 3rd lock, then start the 3rd faction? I would not recommend that, no. What counts as a group armada? anything that your alliance runs as a group. So Cardassian armadas, Federation, Klingon, Romulan armadas, Burial armadas, you know, all those. Anything that you run as a group. Solar armadas being something that you run by yourself, which are Dominion armadas and Borg. Got the Manta skin. The Manta skin is nice. I have not gotten the Manta skin just because there's always other things that I feel are more important while I'm going through, you know, that as an option. But the Manta skin is not bad at all. Certainly can be very valuable to you as a player. Let me pull this, and didn't get what I wanted, but I'll take it. Didn't get what I wanted, but I'll take it. I'm gonna pull this. I need more. I guess I'll take that one for my Katinga. And meh. I feel like some of my pulls are always meh. Yeah, Tim, the hostile you summon, not just the regular hostiles. Like if you just go into, that's not the right one. If you just go into Missalute and hit the regular hostiles, they're not going to drop commerce insignias. It's the one that you summon that gives you out the messages that can drop the insignia. There's a chance. All right, Tony, enjoy, man. We'll see you on server 20, buddy. We'll see you on server 20. Also, Sumo, thank you for following on Kick. Greatly appreciate you. Eric, again, thank you for the subscription. That helps out my channel a lot because Kick, in terms of like Kick versus Twitch, Kick actually gives a way better cut for subscriptions than Twitch does. So I appreciate you doing that. Not required. It is optional, but it is definitely appreciated. I want you to know I appreciate you for supporting me and my kids. Continue on my dumb question. Why not? Uneducated on the high levels of rep. The biggest issue that you're going to run into, Matt, is if you're doing that, you're going to start hitting the daily limit a lot. And the problem with the daily limit is you stop getting things. You stop getting rep. You stop getting boxes that drop. And since Scopely at the moment is not willing to budge on the hostile limit being moved, I think that's going to be the biggest problem for you. The advantage, obviously, would be that you can start rep grinding quicker, which I can see that being an advantage. But the negative to that is going to be you're going to start hitting your limit, which can impact how much reward you're getting when you go out and doing things when you're actively participating. And sadly, with that limit in place, that can make your daily play very frustrating. So I guess our first mission has got to get them to lift that. That'd be my biggest negative for trying to auto grind too. That'd be my biggest negative because the limit is there. And I don't think people realize until this past week how quickly you can actually reach that limit with auto grinding. And since they also don't have a counter that you can see how many that you've hit before you hit that day's limit, that's another problem. Now, technically, there is a hostile counter in the game that you would have to manually check. If you actually go to your player profile, you can see how many hostile ships that you've killed. So if you log in for the first time that day and you write down 138956, you know that if you do 2,000 more in that day, you're done. No more rewards. You could technically manually track it if you want to every day. I'm just letting you know that the potential pitfalls. And since that auto grinding no longer like just stops working, you'd be surprised how much 2 ships can auto grind in a couple of hours. Because the average, if you're rim riding, you're probably going to average what, between 10 and 15 hostiles a minute. Within a, you know, especially if you did this overnight, you're going to hit that limit. You're going to hit that limit. And yeah, Hugo, the limit is 2,000, but that still is not, that ain't fantastic. Ain't fantastic. So anyway, that's your big pitfall. Now, if you're willing to kind of like really hardcore focus on it, you get 1 per minute. I know the bounty hunters are really slow. I'd have to track it, but you get an idea of what server 106 has. Our highest players are Ops 39. Okay. Yeah, that means that y'all haven't ascended to 40 plus yet. Eric, thank you so much. As I play STFC quite a bit due to disability, your videos help me out tremendously. Thank you. No, thank you. Because you're the one out here, you know, subscribing and stuff. So thank you. I really appreciate you supporting my channel. I really do. Thank you. Hope we could at least suspend the limit during especially grinding events. There's a lot of things that Scopely could do. Plenty that they could do. Hey, Solar Flare, how are you doing? At 5 seconds per battle, max mathematically possible is 12 a minute. Realistically, it's more like 5. So in my head, I was doing 2 ships, about 5 per minute, Steven. 2 ships at about 5 per minute. So between 10 and 15. But it could be lower. I'll be honest, I haven't gone out and mathed it. I just know that if you're doing multiple ships and you're auto-grinding multiple factions, I know I hit the limit for the first time this past week. The auto-grind leader, or the leaderboards that we had, I was auto-grinding to make sure that I stayed in the top 100 of every one of those leaderboards. I hit the limit multiple times, and I've never hit the limit before in my gameplay experience. And I hit the limit multiple times. So it's just something I want people to be aware of. If you're aware of it and you think that you can manage it, go for it. But for the first time ever, I hit the limits. I'd never hit the limit. It's just something to be cognizant of. So PD says it's about 54 per hour per ship when auto grinding. I guess that depends on how quickly they're coming at you. I guess it depends on how quickly they're coming at you. Again, I haven't mathed it out, so I just have to trust PD's math on that. Where should I grind Fed rep? My board says 2 million ops 31. Simple answer, Noah. Anywhere that you can hit the most traders. So find you a system that you can hit, 25 traders before your hull blows up or more. That's where. Go as high as you can go where you can still hit, at least 25 of those traders. Auto grinding being fixed is nice, helping me scrap faster and cheaper. Yeah, there are definitely pros to it, right? Like, I've had my Titan out auto grinding because I'm not going to go level up my Titan. I'm not going to spend Latinum or ship XP on the Titans. I've been sending it out to auto grind for those events, and that's how I got 16 of those levels. And I also was auto grinding this Enterprise, which was level 1, that I have basically only used to dump resources into. So it definitely has value. And again, I'm not saying I'm unhappy about auto grinding at all. I think auto grinding was a fantastic move by Scopely. I love that they did that for the players. Just want people to understand that if you're not paying attention, you're going to hit that limit. And I've had more messages in the past month about, why am I not getting rewards than I've ever had. And that's because so many people don't know the hostile limit or how it works. So, Jack, what's up, man? It says, what crew are you using for species 8472? Someone in my alliance said they had a lot of luck with 5-7 con. So if I'm going after the 8472 hostiles in my Voyager, I'm using 5 Gorkon and Con, or I'll use like 5 Gorkon Kang if I have Hue below decks for my criticals. And then I'm doing as many officers as I can that give me a loot bonus, like 5 of 11, the Doctor below decks. That's what I'm using for my bio ships. But my Voyager also is tier 5, and it can easily handle the bio ships, and I don't have to use like the Janeway crew. So I'm making a sacrifice to, efficiency with my hostile grinding in an effort to get as much loot as possible. Hey, Vet, how you doing? Or 5 Kang Lorca if you have Hue. That one works as well. Lorca usually for me is on an Armada ship, hence why I sometimes use Gorkon. But really, it's just about getting hull breach to combine with your criticals, which is, it's a staple of the game that I've talked about for a long time. So, staple of the game. Let's see what other questions. I want to miss anything. We have been streaming for about an hour and 10 minutes, y'all. So a lot of y'all, appreciate you being on either Facebook, Kick, or YouTube here and trying to answer as much as I can. Currently auto grinding right now on 2 ships for the Summer Q's bounty and kind of have to since I can't kill any more Q hostiles. Well, I don't have any more plugs, so I'm not doing anything with the summer hunt, and I'm okay with that. See, no more bounty orders, and I did all mine like in the first day so that I didn't have to do anything afterwards. And guess what? That means I'm not going to score in the leaderboard, but oh well. I enjoy my time off, so to speak, during these months. Or during these weeks between arcs. My server's on bye week. Sorry about that, Gurge. That sucks. That sucks. What was the change to auto grinding recently? Or are we talking about them making it so the chasers and augment don't stop coming? Yeah, Aaron. And it's technically everywhere because the chasers could break any system. But that's been the big thing we've talked about a lot here on this stream and for the past month. The auto grinding no longer stops. Like it will go throughout the night. It will go throughout the day, and you will continue to get those bounty hunters in. They will continue to hit your face, and that means you're going to have those count against you. All right, we got to do our pulls. Whew. Flame. Where in the Discord are the Jules Verne tables and level 40 rewards differences? It's in the camping document that's in the STFC general channel. It's in the camping document for the STFC general channel. Well, Vet, I just explained this. We do have a hostile counter. It's just not a very clean way to do it, but there is a hostile counter for your account in the game. It's on your player profile. You could technically use that to track your hostiles. You want auto grinding for pattern disruptors? I feel like a month more grinding to finish the researches. Fair. Level 60 problems. Again, you know, types of content I can make. Ops 25, grinding in Klingon territory. Very nice profit. Very nice. It's fun to go around hitting the hostile, stops them from spawning more. Oh, you're going out there and trolling people who are trying to auto grind? Shame on you. Shame on you. 12 Cisco shards I'll take. 10,000 transporter patterns is nice. Mostly I need these ship parts, so mostly I need those ship parts. All right, I've got so much loot from when we did all those solo armadas. So much from all those solo armadas. All right, you can get this pulled in. We'll do double pull there and double pull there. 600. That's decent, I guess. And we still got to get to our next level, and I'll go ahead and pull some of that for research. Augment. Pull. Sorry, I got to get all my pulls in. Has anyone suggested to at least put a hostile limit counter up for us? Yep. That has been requested. Whether they're going to do it, I have no idea. But it has been mentioned. It has been mentioned. I think it'd be a great, you know, QOL change, but it has been mentioned. I'm gonna go ahead and speed this up because I'm wanting to go do my Actians before I forget about it. Which means I need to use my Pylum. We'll put the Coronar there. Put the Pylum here. And we'll get Giorgio and Tau. I don't know why you're there, but okay. Put you down below decks. And where's Giorgio? Where are you at, Giorgio? I passed you. There she is. All right, all the way to the end. Find Tau. All the way to the end. All right, let's go do our Actians real quick. So I can then pull my Syndicate XP, which I really want to get to 25. So, are they ever going to get more people in customer support? Nope, probably not, Sean. They say they will, but I mean, they say things all the time. Probably not. That's why they, you know, paid for that bot so they can get those auto responses out there. You send a monthly batch of feedback to Scopely and mention more opacity on certifications. Cool, Dwight. Cool. We have multiple players on my server that like to destroy the auto farmers and not the hostiles. Also makes sense. Hey, warships are always fair game, right? So like if you decide to go in here and sweep all these players, go for it. I'll tell you, I did it. I did it during the leaderboard, and what I did is I went and swept everybody who was in my leaderboard range. So like these 49s, I went and cleared them all out. So they stopped auto grinding while I was auto grinding to try to move up the leaderboards. Now I'm not going to do it if there's no event going on. But when there was the event going on, I was clearing every 46 through 49 I could see so that they weren't scoring and I was on the leaderboard. Damn it, I sent the wrong ship. Son of a biscuit eater. Well, there's 2 tokens. Jennifer, congrats on being close to Giorgio. Congrats. Oh, man. Oh, man. Rev does noob things. What I get for not paying attention. I actually blame chat. Because I'm paying so much attention to y'all. Answering all your questions. I blame chat. Toxic Streamer blames chat. Hank, again, by the way, I don't know if I said it, but thank you for donating. Also, I just see another one came through earlier. Frank, thank you as well for supporting me and the kids and the family. Thank you. It's actually really humbling to have y'all helping today. I don't know if y'all were in my Discord earlier. I talked about apparently my credit card got stolen in some way. And there was a bunch of Amazon purchases that came through in the past 24 hours, and that's gonna be fun to deal with. So appreciate y'all supporting the channel and putting in a lot of positivity for what is start off as a negative month, but will be a positive month. See my DQ board question a little higher. Sheaton, I did. I thought I'd already answered it like 50 times, but yeah, I thought I'd already answered it, but I can answer it again. Let's see. Is there anything to get from the Borg system in DQ if you don't summon? No, besides whatever the hostiles pay out. So you'd be wasting a token to go in there. You'd be wasting a token to go in there. So if you go into those, really only do that with the expectation that you're going to go after the big baddies. You could have just taken their hunters. Okay, but if I just take their hunters, I don't get any power destroyed, Mercy. Gosh, why you gotta say something so silly? How am I going to get power destroyed if I don't take out their hunters? Yeah, I gotta take out their ships. Duh. Yeah, Sheaton, the normal hostiles drop, you know, ship parts and stuff like that. So it's just, are you willing to spend the summoning currency? Oh, Mike, I'm going to do that, but like I've already frozen the credit card, stuff like that. It's just more of, it's a constant hassle, right? It's just, why is it always happening? You know what I mean? Like, why can't I just get a break? Hit people that were above me or same level in the leaderboard. My favorite PM I got was, why are you attacking me? I would explain very honestly, like, yeah, I'm just trying to win in the leaderboard. Warships are fair game. David says, but if you kill the hostile, they don't know that they need to reset. David, that's not the point. The point is, do I get any power destroyed? No. Bam. There we go. I know to a lot of players, power destroyed doesn't mean anything, but it does to me. It does to me. If you face server 13, I'll just fill up my Talios with Actian loot and let you get a couple mil. I appreciate that. Here's the drawback, Ordrin. I don't know if I have a single ship that could take the Talios cargo you have and beat your Talios. You would have to bludgeon your Talios down to like 1% health. Kinky Jesus, I did stub my pinky toe on a kid's bed the other day, and you've never felt pain and you've never had a desire to use profanity more than in those moments. So a miner killing hostiles is also considered a warship. Maybe. I don't know. I always feel bad for picking on the poor little miners. Unless they're in token space and I'm taking their OPC. And then I never feel bad. And I know, multiple people in the chat are currently gasping that Rev hunts OPC. You know, you're damn right I do. Hell, I do it on stream. And I go get like 5 million OPC out of a token system. And you know what that does? It lets me do my damn bonus refinery. Oh, man. I know not everybody does it. You don't have to do it. I'm not telling you that you have to do it. I wonder if I still have a log laying around of when I did that. Nah, it all got cleared from auto grinding. But, yeah. My token space my server has token space as an active war. Cool. Declare war on me. You can't hurt me in this game. There's a thing called shields. Hunt me down. I'll send you my location. Doesn't bother me. Besides, we've been at war for 3 years anyway. Are you going to clear token space during incursions? I actually don't have enough tokens at the moment. Monday night, we spent all of my tokens. So I've got to slowly get more tokens. Thank you for the reminder, though. I guess I could go collect that one. Thank you for the subscription, Fog. I appreciate that. That was very kind of you. And nice little dance music for me to get some shimmying in. Appreciate you, Fog. Thank you. Preacher Fog, by the way, earlier, thank you for hitting that follow button. Chase, thank you for hitting the follow button over there on Kick as well. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Do all bioships drop the same amount of loot? No. The higher level you go, the more they drop. The higher level you go for the bioships, the more they drop. When do you start getting uncommon or rare 4-star in the refinery? You start getting uncommon at level 41. You start getting rare at 43, 45. It's on the sheet, Travis, that camping sheet I talked about. It's on the sheet. But 41 is the uncommons. Yeah. Can't imagine being a KOS war for years. Just get used to it. It doesn't bother me. You find where places to mine. You have fun with the conflict. I enjoy it. We already talked about the event store coming. Jesse, we didn't mention it. There is an event store coming this upcoming update, which I know a lot of people should be excited about. But finally getting the event store back is going to be a big deal. And no, Lucian, no broken to ceiling rods this week or this month or whatever. This overflow. There is no overflow. There is no overflow. Is it even worth refining for just common? 100% yes. I tell people that if you were level 39, you should be refining 4-star. Because if you don't, you're going to need the commons. Just put it that way. The commons are worth their weight in gold so that you don't have to spend latinum. So they're worth their weight in gold press latinum. Been hitting bases last night before incursions. Got to ask why you're hitting me. They got to learn. Tell them they're going to learn today that we got to prep for incursions. Yeah, it's more about how much latinum you can save yourself later. You know, so like for me, I'm sitting on almost 1 million common gas, 750,000 common ore, 800,000 common crystal, and I've never had to spend yet. I've yet to have to spend anything on commons. But don't worry, there's a price tag for them. So like if I go into some of these, I want to see if my pylum does. It's tier 7, so it might not anymore. Let's see. Yeah, it's just going to be uncommons and rares. There's my common ship parts, though. Those are a pain in the butt as well. Anything common, you should be pulling. Anything common, you should be pulling because you start needing such high amounts. Anything that you can pull, you should pull. Versus I can't get to the 4-star gas or ore. Pull what you can then. Pull what you can then. I would say, though, that if you're level 39, Mercy, you should be able to get to 4-star gas and ore. You should have multiple ships that can get you there. You only need warp 60 to get there. You should be able to. You got called a jerk? Cool, be called a jerk. Be called a jerk. We have a few alliance mates that have been aggressively raiding all week, trying to clean up any resources just sitting around. That's very smart. One Life, good to see you. How are you doing? How are you doing, One Life? 39 to 42 is taking so much uncommon for both buildings and research. Yep. It does. All right, got Voyager there. And let's see. Where am I at? All right. I need more. I need more of everything. But now we need to go do some bios. I have less than I need for bios. I can't pull that again until tomorrow. But we do also need to pull this. I'm going to pull my interceptor parts. There's my commerce insignias there. And then pull amalgam. I almost got my amalgam max. I'm going to pull Fisha because my Fisha needs to catch up. So I just spent 300 commerce insignias right there. Love the info you share. Your aggressive playstyle is great, but not shared by all. I'm aware. Bracket statements like kill all non-Voyager miners of Voyager space. Your pull is bigger than you know are needed. Nope. I'm still going to push it, Zippy. And if you don't like it, that's completely okay. You're allowed to have your difference of opinion. But I know the pull I have, and I believe I'm saying what makes the game better 100%. You catch somebody mining with a Horizon or a Covort, pop it. Pop it. What level solos do you expect to take down when you get your Cornar, Define, etc. to tier 7? Good question. Mid-50s. Mid-50s. Everyone's fed up with Scopely and their antics with regards to broken parts of the game, lack of comms, etc. That's why no one is going crazy about an event store. I disagree, Sean, because people have been asking about event store a lot. I think no matter what, people get excited about at the event store. Now, is that level of excitement like insane? No, but trust me, my DMs have been asking a lot about event stores, and every time we have a live stream, a lot of people want to know when the event store is rolling around. So I'm going to slightly disagree with you on that one, but I do understand where you're coming from. And you are right that a lot of the problems the game has had has led to, you know, lower participation in the game and people getting frustrated. And hell, I've seen that in my own like accounts with my streams. There are less people in July who watched my content. I had less new subscribers, and just being transparent, is the worst financial month I've had for Star Trek Fleet Command in over a year. And that speaks to the level of frustration that players have. And that's definitely real. But I also still think there are plenty of people who are excited about an event. So, you took down level 40 solo on my level 35 account just a couple days ago. Congrats. That's freaking awesome. I love to see people punching up like that. It definitely shows that you've been, paying attention to not just my advice, but advice in general, learning the game. Now you're able to do something that a lot of players can't do, which is punch up several levels higher. Love that. Love that. So Mercy, you need to do your Deep Space mission, which is part of the main mission tree. So you need to look through the main mission tree. I'd have to go look up what that mission is. I know it's this in part of the same path of Angel in the Skies, which you do at level 42, but it comes right after the mission that when you hit Ops 38. For that mission. That means that you've got a main storyline mission that you're behind on. Got main storyline mission you're behind on. Any tips after third 1 bill faction lock? Start going to the 15 bill? What level are you, Lucian? What level are you? Let me swap these out. I'm going to get our Meridian back out because I need 3-star ISO badly. Don't need to upgrade. That's already maxed. Thank you. Need 3-star ISO though. You regularly kill 52 solos and can kill more than one, can't punch higher. Are you using exocomps and stuff like that? Because I can kill better than 52s, Gordon. And I have a tier 7 Pylum, a tier 5 Coronar, and a tier 7 Defiant. And I can go higher than 52s. I'm behind on my storyline missions. Where do I find the main ones? Well, sadly, they don't have like a button that says main on them. But I would say if you're sitting here with a ton of missions, like kind of how like I am, just start going through them. Like just start going through every single one of them. And I can't tell you specifically which one it is because I don't know where you're at in terms of your mission chain. But if you just start doing all your missions, spend you a couple days focusing on that, you're going to catch up. You're going to catch up. But that's what it is if you haven't been able to access Deep Space yet, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that, by the way. Thank you, Maurice. If you haven't hit Deep Space yet, that means that you've not started the mission, and you need to start the mission. And Lucian, since you're Ops 49, I really wouldn't be pushing that hard to the 15 bill locks, but those are your next goal. But I wouldn't push too hard. FCFC.space mission section has the chain. This is true, One Life. But if they don't know what their mission is, that would require them going and clicking each individual one, which is viable. I mean, that's a strat. So, defeat the smuggler. How big is the smuggler? Well, smuggler could be really big, so let's go ahead and send that. Speaking of missions, let me go ahead and start it. Will a max Enterprise, max Augur, and almost max D4 be enough to carry someone to level 46 ships? You don't need a 42. I would still recommend a 42. But technically, it wouldn't be the Augur and Enterprise carrying you to 46 as much as it would be your Defiant, your Talios, and your Voyager. Those 3 specialty ships could carry you to 46 if you wanted them to. If you look closely, you see the golden banner around the 2 storyline missions. Really? Because I would have never noticed that, and I will be learning something. You would have learned to me something. Oh, right here. Well, damn. In 4.5 years, I have never noticed this, Sapphire. I'm buying an amp? No, I'm not buying an amp, Reg. That is, that's an error in where it doesn't process the and symbol. So I just need to go ahead and edit that out. But no, I'm not trying to buy school supplies, school fees, amps, and daycare. That's supposed to be the and symbol. But yeah, I've honestly never noticed this. So there you go. Look for these, Mercy. I've honest to God never noticed that in 4.5 years. So hey, even Rev has things to learn. I love that. Even Rev has things to learn. I've never noticed it in my entire life. Yeah, amp equal ampersand. Who even uses the word ampersand anymore? My donation bar. Yeah. Go and star that once we get that done. There we go. Boop. I missed that. What I need to look for? Oh, Mercy. Pay attention, Mercy. Damn it. Gold border around. These are your main storyline missions. Gold borders. Look for these. Pay attention. Love you, Mercy. Can you ask them to add a new augment area? Merg, they're not bothering with augment right now. I mean, we can ask them, but I'm gonna tell you the answer is no. Tell you the answer is no. Use the word ampersand at work? Well, you're weird. You're weird. So the reason why, Merg, is when they're going to do an update, something like that, they're going to actually run an actual augment update. And since there are no events that require you to really mine it, there's nothing like that. There's no incentive right now for them to invest in that. And just to keep it blunt, the only time they really focus on updates and stuff is if they believe it can result in better participation and more money. Really emphasizing that latter point. So like when they upgraded, you know, I'll donate 200,000 to lithium. Like when they upgraded the Eclipse stuff over here, well, they did that intentionally because one, we asked for this for years. Technically, this is not higher level though. This is just repeating what's already in Lindstrom and Penumbra. But also they wanted greater participation so they could push people to either, you know, be active more in the game and grind, or try to sell more of this stuff. Like, hey, you see how ridiculously hard the assimilated Stella skin is. Instead of grinding this for it, why don't you just buy it? You know, stuff like that. And that's just how they operate. That's just how they operate. For better or worse. You've seen that just to know what the gold border meant? I'll be honest, Mercy, I'd never paid attention to it before. And shout out to chat for calling that out, because I honestly had never thought about that or looked at it. And it's one of those little things that's in the game that's actually super useful that some people don't notice. Another example of little things that people don't notice is, I try to bring this one up, the research tree. You go look into your research, anything that has a little dollar sign is going to be an efficiency research. So like right here, efficient ship upgrades, little dollar sign. That is one of the most important researches in the game. And it has a little icon to let you know it's there. Most people don't pay attention to it. So, good call out by chat. Appreciate y'all. It's always cool that I can learn something new. Like that. What is the Enterprise's maximum warp? Is enough for me to fly into deep space and launch armadas there. Enterprise maximum warp without including, what level are you? If we're talking about its base warp, it is 75? Hold on, let me look. Yeah, 75. So its base max warp range is 75. Is that deep enough to do anything with in deep space armadas? No. Not really. No. Now, if you have like things that can boost your warp range and stuff, sure. So let's do our hostile button so we can see all of them. Well, that's the mining button. Where's my hostile button? Bam. All right, so if we come out here into starting in deep space, you'll see that you have armadas here. A lot of people don't run these, at least on any of the servers that I play on, but you can run any of these with an Enterprise. And you come up here, there's another one right here that you could run there as well. Do I have anything that, all right, everything's got the warp range. But usually when people are doing deep space armadas, they're talking about being out here. Like they're coming out to stuff like this, level 50 ones. They're talking about the deep space armadas. And you're not going to do those with an Enterprise. You're not going to do those with an Enterprise. So, yeah, you can launch these. I mean, and these FKR armadas are better paying out armadas. But usually when people refer to deep space armadas, they're talking about out here. And the Enterprise isn't going to reach. Then, you get real spicy. Come up into this world. But anyway. Some people like it spicy. Let's see. Those are just for hostile grinding, by the way, because they haven't put in those armadas yet. Armada loot also useless? No, it's not, Robert. Or Rob, sorry. Definitely ain't. Because you're not going to be able to go 50 plus unless you're doing all those armadas. You're going to get stuck with one resource. One thing. I'll show you what it is. These. You need these. Oh, you max your account? Well, congrats to having a thicker wallet than me, because I can't afford that. But you're going to need these. You better do them in currencies. Don't worry, Rob. You're going to have plenty to spend on soon enough. You're going to have plenty to spend on soon enough. All right. Let me actually go ahead and turn these in. I need to go do some rare armadas, but let's do this. Get the cores that I need. 9,000 cores. Yep. That's why I try to let people know, you know, in terms of like preparing for the future in the game, you've got to be upgrading your ACC because you're going to get stuck and you can't go past, you know, certain levels if you have not upgraded your ACC to max. So you should be the scrap are upgrading if you go to your items and click Stellar Particles. Good point out, Pokey. Somebody asked a question I missed, because if so, apologize for missing that question. Apologize for missing that question. Waiting on Platinum Armadas for forever. Nice. Halthun, you know I can't answer that question, Q. You know I can't answer that question. And pull this. And now I'm doing it because I want Armada directives and also need the regular Armada cores. And pulling this one. I need to go run more group Armadas now that they're not broken anymore. Now they're not broken anymore. You're 60,000, 9,000, then it'll be done. Hell yeah, Richard. Congrats. Congrats. You just unlocked Carol. I mean, she's a primary away team officer. I use her a lot for the Federation away team, the Rainbow mission. She's the primary officer for that set. All right, see what this hostile was. I got a smack. Oh, it's just a baby. It's just a little baby hostile. Oh, well, that's not as exciting as I hoped it would be. Well, pooey. All right, let's finish this. Talk to Lieutenant. Done. All right, let's see if there's any more questions before we get ready to get to our wrap up. Don't forget that we'll be live again tonight on Twitch. If you haven't joined our Twitch channel, feel free to do it. I know that I stream in multiple places, but that's just because, one, the different places have different vibes, as in, like, on Twitch, we'll do a lot of, like, Lego builds and stuff like that, as well as be a little bit more goofier. But if you want to come hang out with us over there, you can. You have several armadas today explode, but give no log or credit. Brian, put in a ticket. I have not heard of any more issues with that. If that's still happening, we definitely need to bring it up with the Overlords. We definitely need to bring it up with the Overlords. And I'm more than happy to do that with you. Have you started building your blocks Spitfire yet? Yeah, Gordon. We actually already finished the Spitfire. I've not done the Hurricane yet. But we did the Spitfire probably about a month ago now. The Spitfire about a month ago. And you can't reach. Go over there. And recall. Rev, TOS Kurt, TOS Spock, or Sela for blowing TPs on. Out of those three, TOS Spock. Out of those three, TOS Spock. Apparently we only get twerking Rev on Twitch. This is true. I only twerk on Twitch. I would do it on Kick, but not while I'm streaming on YouTube at the same time. And again, Maurice, I don't think I said it, but thank you for the follow over there on Kick. Greatly appreciate y'all supporting the channel and wherever we are. It's really kind of y'all. Very kind of y'all. Has the scoring for hitting on server alliance bases with loot been removed? Don't believe so. Nope. We'll confirm tomorrow. I don't have a account on an APAC server. I've got a high level account, this mid-level account, then a few lower level accounts, and I've got accounts on EU and US, but I don't have an account on APAC. So I haven't been able to test that myself. We'll have a verified answer tomorrow. A new officer means I'm getting closer to upgrading your mess hall. Congrats. Yeah, I'm waiting for another event for me to upgrade officers so I can push my mess hall up a little bit. Choice for favorite multi-phasic pack. Probably the Syndicate pack. Syndicate pack. So just to throw that one out there, that would be this one. But I don't have any multi-phasics right now, so I can't really do anything with this. Like when the leaderboards come around, the heroic SMS, can't do anything with it. But that's probably my top one. They used to run like officer specials in here, and they haven't done that in a while. I don't know why they don't do the officer specials in a while, but they removed base humping. They did. They did remove base humping from scoring, but base humping doesn't work in incursions either. The question was rating. You know, on the officer server, rating your own mace, does that count? And they did count the last time we did incursion. Thoughts if they would do 2 different ultra packs that they did for Cal, Kevin. We've been asking for that for a long time. And I appreciate they did it with the Crucible of War. We've literally been asking for them to do that for this one for years. I mean, I can tell you that not just me, other content creators have been asking for that for a long time. So just getting Scopely to get off their butt and do things can be difficult. What fractions would you recommend dual? I guess it depends on what you want to do. The easiest one to dual grind, or the easiest first dual grind to do, is Fed ROM. Because you're going to, one, grind Klingons and eventually grind Tycho Core. And that's the easiest and most, I'd just say it's the best one to do. But it's really just, it doesn't honestly matter. Because as you get higher level in the game, the faction you're using doesn't matter. It's all about ships in terms, it's all about research and officers, not ships. So like my high level account, yeah, I've got triple faction, but it doesn't matter that I have a Sanctus and a Sompek. Now the Sanctus is arguably better for a hostile grinder because his ship ability is better, but in terms of like going head to head, it doesn't matter. It's whether your research is better and your officers are better or theirs are. The ships stop mattering, and that means the faction stops mattering. And it just becomes a preference thing. Why can't we have interceptor and battleship events like Jellyfish Brawl? Because there is no interceptor or battleship version of the ISS Jelly. Simple as that. Simple as that. I did a few multi-phasic interceptor packs when I needed Latinum to push, to speed up my Ops 49, and ran out. Interceptor pack paid out more lat than the Syndicate one. That makes sense. If that's what you're looking for, that makes sense. Let me come in here real quick and hit this. Oh, we got a baddie. And a bunch of missions for me to archive. Oh, man. Let's see. We got anything else before we wrap up? Because we are a little bit past our run. We usually go about an hour and a half. I appreciate it. By the way, thank you again to those who donated on stream here, to those who donated and subscribed on Kick, to those who donated on YouTube and Facebook. Thank y'all so much for y'all's generosity and supporting me and my family. I really do appreciate it. It's very, very, very kind of y'all. So, you blow all your multi-phases on the research pack? Any reason that you prefer the research pack, Ordrin? Any reason you prefer the research pack? Not that there's a wrong answer there. I'm just curious. We'll go over here. Finish this mission. As we've learned something today about little gold borders, which I think was a pretty cool little neat thing. Pretty cool little neat thing. Thank you, Bruce. I appreciate the follow. I really do. Thank you. 7.2 billion dilly. That's not a bad amount of dilly, but with you being level 60, is 7 bill dilly even do anything for you? Does that even do anything for you? Always wait for a Syndicate event for multi-phasics. If you are a very light spender, I think that's the most efficient way to use your multi-phasic. But honestly, it comes down to what level spender everybody is. All right, y'all, we're going to wrap up just because we're approaching 2 hours. I've got to get some stuff done for tonight so we can do more content. I do love and appreciate every single one of y'all. Y'all are all amazing. Thank y'all for y'all's generosity today. Thank y'all for taking care of me and my family. Thank you for the subscribes, the follows here on Twitch, or here on YouTube, Kick, Facebook, wherever you're at. I do want to make sure I'm providing content to everybody that I absolutely can. If you need any other further help, well, drop comments down in the comment section below here on the channel, or join me on Discord, or hit me up on Facebook. One of the things that I've got to do today is make sure I've got everybody answered from who has sent me questions, both on Discord and YouTube. So I'm going to be working on that as soon as we wrap up here, answering all your questions, responding to y'all. So again, a huge thank you to all that y'all do. You're all amazing. You're all wonderful human beings, except, you know who I'm talking about. I'm just kidding. Y'all are all wonderful. Appreciate y'all. Live long and plunder. Stay safe with the Space Cowboys. Deuces, that's me. Catch you on the next one later today. Bye.
An even better outro than the intro. for the Empire and glory to your house.